Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Bunnysays. Welcome back for another edition of Minecraft. Glad you could join me. Just looking, being nosy at the chests I have here and the like. I'm going to take one of these boats out. It's rather lazy. Ooh. A zombie over there. Should I just ignore him? I'll ignore him. Oop. Didn't mean to fall. Well, I did want to throw the boat out, so let's do that real quick. There you go. Ah. Oh. I could die for the guy. There we go. It's mild and sort of, it's actually a very cool day today. Starting to get into October, and it's now starting to hit around, between 60 and 70 degrees. Well, not 70, more like around 60. In the 60s in Fahrenheit, which would be about, let's see, say 62 degrees. It's about average. That's at nighttime it's going down to about 55 or so, but daytime it's about 65. So let's say 60. Let's say 66. It's been around there. Minus off the 32. Let's do it as normal. Minus off 32. And so be 34, right? Divided in half. 34 divided in half, 15, 16, that's 17. Add on about a point, or maybe a point, maybe two, because it's starting to get cool. That's, you're going down in the numbers, so 18 degrees Celsius, around there. Yeah, as far as I remember, yeah, around 18. I would say about 18 degrees Celsius, maybe 17. No, not 17. I mean 18. Could be 19, but I'd say more towards the 18 now, because you're starting to hit the lower numbers a little bit. At nighttime, it's about 55. Let's say 56. Right, minus off 32. Be 24. It's 12. It's maybe 13 degrees Celsius, somewhere, maybe 13 and a half, somewhere around there. Okay, let's take a look at stuff I might want to drag with me. I do want to take some mushrooms. Because I thought, yeah, that's a good idea, actually. Because I was thinking I might want to plant some. Yeah, I don't even know why I plant them, because I almost never use them. The only thing I use the mushrooms for is mushroom stew. But I never eat mushroom stew. So I always think it's just, I keep on thinking, yeah, you know what, I'll make a little place. I'll fill up some, I'll make a little mushroom stew, put it on the table, make it look like a dinner or something like that, make it look nice. That's all. But I never do. Slime ball? I guess maybe I'll take some slime ball with me. I think I have plenty of it, so let me look. Magma cream. Let's see. Well, I guess not. Well, that's weird. I thought I had a ton of it. You know what? I don't. I'm gonna take a whole mess of bone here with me. Actually, I take two. Sorry about those highway noises. It's been a little crazy. Okay. I guess I could always get more slime balls. I don't know where, but I don't remember where. I know how to get them. There's a surefire way of getting them. What you do is you dig down to level, I think, 12, and make a giant, enormous room that's only 2 tiles high, 2 or 3 tiles high, and just a flat-out giant room. I mean, enormous. And apparently, if you go there at the beginning of the night and the end of the, like sometime during the night, slimes will appear there. They'll spawn there, but they disappear real fast if there's nobody there to see them. They just disappear. So, okay, that's it, I guess. You know what? I'll take some nether with me. Yeah. Okay, that's it, I guess. I really don't see anything else I need. I guess I could cook up another brick here and then let me just look here. Fishing rod, maybe? Well, anything else I get on my own, so forget it. I already ransacked this place before to bring stuff over to the new place anyway, so. Alright, I'm out of here. It's time to go back home. You're gonna enjoy the little boat ride with me. Get to enjoy the little minecart ride. Check it out. You rotten minecart. You know what? Actually, oh, I want to run through it. I was trying to run up to it and push it, and I run right through it. Trying to push it so that it keeps going, and there we go. Go all the way. Really? I'm gonna end up pushing you all the way back. Really? Is that what happened? Really? So much for my minecart ride. Go all the way. Anyway, we run back here. Well, that's how the minecart works in reverse, by the way. So there's a short trip. Excuse me. How many cats are in here? Just one now. Okay. Oh, it was. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to go through the portal. I'm going to ride. The one thing I was gonna tell you a story. I want to see this. I want to see the tunnel and see the sun. Look, you can see the sun through it. Lowering, going down. Right in the end, through the hole there. I just want to see this at nighttime. It's really incredibly beautiful. It's a really, like, just beautiful view. Line. I just want to look at it. The pinks and stuff, the hues over the mountain, it's just incredible. You know? Okay. Yeah, well, let me get in the cart here. Okay. Can they even just jump in the cart? Seriously? Okay, there we go. Why? Is it C? Was it C to get in the cart? Really? Hold on. What's going on here? How do I get in a... Oh. I suddenly forgot that I had to right click. So, here we go. Okay. Let's take a look. It looks so great. Sorry, my stomach is making little noises. I can't believe I actually dug this whole place out. Yeah, come out just right. Come out right too. And I wanted to show you what it looked like from behind, you know, as you're pulling away from it. Again, like I said, I wanted to put oh, okay. I was like, why am I pushing backwards and it's going sideways? Okay. Again, I wanted to put like a border around that, put some torches, maybe a equivalent of a stone statue or some kind of lion head or something there. That'd be sort of cool. She's going through the water here. You see the sort of dark tunnel there now. Okay. That's enough of that. One of the things I do want to do is just, I'm still going to put up these lighthouses. Just so I know where I'm going. I think it was around this island. So I'll have to put a lighthouse here on the sand here, indicating I need to go around. Yeah, okay, now I have to get closer before my marker will pull up. Yeah, I know that, it's probably it, right? No. Okay, I know that I'll head towards these things. I'll always be looking towards these things. Meaning, I'll head towards this land. So that means, where am I? Okay, that's not helping at all. It's, oh, okay, almost west, straight west, huh? That means I'll put one here or so. Yeah, I'll just put one on the edge there, indicating that I need to just go forward. And at that point, I'll see these word space 2 and all this, so I'll know. Excuse me, my voice is starting to give way pretty early today. I like the moon in this package, this resource pack. They made it look really good. And considering this is only I think this is a 64-bit pack or a 32-bit pack. I think it's 64. Which is just right. So you don't, you could put up a lot of stuff and not get massive lag and everything. Let's check it out. So you can see my sort of house coming into view, and you can sort of see everything and see the portal there and see the stuff underwater. You can tell the house goes all the way underwater. And of course, here's a pier. Just pull up there, boom. That's it, jump off and cool. Head inside real quick. Go to sleep, stare at the obelisk out the window. The ominous obelisk. Oh, so anyway, I was going to tell you a story. It's not a big story. It was just I was looking at. Well, I'm putting all this stuff away. I'll tell you. I was looking up just different stuff. Let's plays. And one of the things was I happened to look up one, and I think it was my mom plays. I can't remember what it was. Fallout 3. Because I told you the last few days I was sick and I was playing Fallout 3. And I was like, okay. I was just checking out Let's Plays by different people. And so I found some, I think it was, I can't remember her exact name. I think it was My Mom Plays. And she's this older woman, and she's playing Fallout. And I don't think she's a big gamer. Like, she doesn't, I think like Fallout was probably the one game she plays a lot. But it was hilarious in that I was just having a blast listening to her. I was laughing because she was playing all right. She was getting into it, and then that's why I was originally listening to the Let's Play, and she had a nice voice. And she's just going about it, and it's fun seeing her learn how to play the game and all this. And she turned around, and it was funny that just like one episode came up, and you kept on hearing this. She's playing, and suddenly she's like, now all the other things she was very polite and all this, and she's being very methodical and polite and all that type of stuff. And oh, I'll put this downstairs. Okay. No, I'll put it here. And suddenly, you hear this noise, right? And first of all, she's like suddenly chewing. She's like chewing some food, which was unusual. She's just like chewing something like chips, right? Like Doritos or something like that. And suddenly I'm listening to it, and suddenly it will go quiet for a second, And you would have like this blah 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 sound. And okay, I'm not a big drug taker, right? I'm not a big drug dealer or something. I don't do a lot of drugs or anything. But I know the sound of a bong when I hear one. I know the sound of somebody hitting a bong when I hear one. I just do, right? And it's that bong sound like like that somebody, tugging on a bong. And I was like, it was just hilarious to me because like the more she played, the more she was getting all excited and stuff and having fun. And I was just like, wow. Mom pulled out the bong, toked out, and then just started like, she's all eating her Doritos and stuff and just chewing away and having a blast. She's just like screaming at the monsters and shooting them, and it was just hilarious. And I just thought it was funny. Oh, that's what I want. I want my stuff back, my armor and all that. But it's funny when you hear stuff like that, Okay, let me get I'm trying to just waste time because I'm waiting for, I'm trying to wait for the netherrack to finish boiling in the oven. So I can put more in there. There. There we go. Oh, I have a lot of netherrack here too. Oh, that's the netherrack I just put in there. What am I talking about? Okay. And I wanted arrows in there too, didn't I? Yeah. Take one, that's all I need. Actually, I think I have arrows inside, so I'll just leave it there. But yeah, I was just laughing. It was just sort of hilarious. That, Do I have arrows here? Hold on. I know I have flint. Almost positive I have flint somewhere. Well, bouncing off everything. I have a whole stack of 64 arrows right there. Oh, I'll take the whole thing and stick it over. What am I doing? Yeah, that was my funny thing. That's all it was. But I hope anybody who has gotten a chance to got a chance to get to the free game over in GOG. Put up the last episode. I hope it was in time for people to check out. And I still don't know if you had to vote or not. But I hope you got a good game. I hope you got a game. Yeah, why not? It's a free game. I am putzing around because I'm waiting for the stuff to finish cooking. But, why not, I mean, if I ever do see, whenever I do see free games and stuff like this, I'll tell you as soon as I can. The problem is, again, you know that, or maybe you don't know, but I tend to do, I'll do these things a few days ahead of time, or I'll do a couple of episodes, like on the weekend, and then put them up during the week. And so anything that comes up during the week, it's too late for me to say something about. Do pay attention in the video descriptions, because what I'll do is I'll try to, even if I don't say anything in the video, what I'll do is I'll try to write something in the description, even if I don't mention it in a video. So if you suddenly see if you see a description that suddenly looks different than normal, take a look at it and quickly try to read it, just to see if it says something like, this free game or something, or a link to something. Just so you don't miss out. Okay, there we go. Okay, let me put the nether brick here. That's it, that's all the nether brick I got. Okay. Let me put this back. And we're going to go exploring a bit. No, actually, you know what? I'm going to start putting up some houses. Yeah, why not? I'm going to start putting up some houses. Let me take a nice thing of polished diorite, in case I need it. And maybe a thing of polished granite. Yeah. Now I'll stick with the polished diorite. And I'll need wood for some stairs. I'll need a bunch of wood for doors or stairs. Okay, yeah. Should I use acacia doors? I keep on thinking. Yeah, you know what? Oh yeah, I was thinking before, I want to see into the doors to make sure guys are going in and out of the rooms. So let's do that. Let's get the acacia wood. Make a bunch of doors. Didn't I already make a bunch of doors? I made like 18 of them or something like that. Oh yeah, didn't I put them down in the chest down there? You know what, I'll take this acacia wood with me. Just in case. I'll take some jungle wood with me. And some oak. And some spruce and some dogwood. There. And I'll leave. Let me grab some. I'll certainly need some cobblestone, I guess, and some stone. Probably a large stone. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. That seems reasonable. Yeah, alright. Okay, let me go to bed real quick and I'll go run down there and... You know what? I'm going to start building some houses up. I'll throw down some initial floor plans. And then... just throw down some initial stuff. And... But then I'm going to go... dig for some cobblestone and some diamond and stuff like that. I think next episode. So it should be cool. That should be pretty cool. And there's something I wanted to mention was I was having a discussion with a guy. He's a doctor I know. And it's just, you know, he doesn't know a lot about games. He's a doctor, you know. I know it. I know he made a bunch of doors. But he's a doctor and he, you know, he's busy and stuff. He's not hanging around playing video games, put it that way. He's not hanging around watching YouTube videos, you know. Not that I'm saying there's something bad about it, but, you know, face it. If you're a doctor and you have a family and everything, you're not sitting around watching YouTube, you know, or playing video games. That's just the way it is, you know. Increasingly younger people are, but younger professionals are, but you know, he's like 10 like maybe 10 years older than I am. So, you know, he's nearing 60 or so. So, the thing is, though, he says he likes tech stuff, you know, he's like a tech guy. He sort of likes tech stuff, you know, and, this is John, okay. And he likes that type of thing, and, like, in his day, it would be like, yeah, he's probably more into stuff like, I can imagine him like kitting out an awesome sort of stereo sound system or something like that type of an engineering project, you know, rather than computer stuff so much. But I mean, he is, like, he's computer literate and all this type of thing. He's not, you know, he knows what's going on. No, not that well, but, you know, well enough. I mean, it's not like I have to explain the internet to him or anything. He still has, remember, as a doctor, he still has to use a computer and stuff. A lot. Increasingly, doctors have to use computers a lot. A lot more than normal. But the thing is, I mean, honestly, I was talking to him, and it was like, honestly, I asked him honestly straight out, like what was what was like the last video game you really have any kind of like strong recollection of? Like, if I said video game, what would you think of? What's the first thing you sort of think of? Now, this would be around his time frame. He said, like, you know, like Pac-Man and like Mario. And that would be, you know, I mean, I don't blame the guy or anything. You know, I don't sit there and I'm not like, Pac-Man, you know, like, you know, it's just that was around this time frame. That was probably the last time he had a lot of free time to see like video games and stuff, you know. And it just, you know, as he became increasingly busy, it would sort of, you know, it's just, you know, that's you know, probably the last strong memory he had of any games, you know. And he's probably, you know, probably was not a big game player to begin with, you know. Yeah, and I get that. A lot of, you know, there are plenty of families who are like that. And so, but but the thing is, he likes to hear about it, right? So I'll talk to him once in a while, and I'll tell him about stuff, and he's sort of fascinated by it. He loves to. He's like, oh wow, you know, he's like, it's a big, you know, going from Pac-Man to like The Last of Us is a big, you know, it's a huge leap, you know, like Detroit Become Human and stuff like that, and you know, I show him graphics for stuff like that, and he's sort of like, he's like, oh my god, you know what I mean? Like, he literally doesn't even conceive of stuff like that, you know. And so it's I'm gonna put a couple houses here. So it's a, you know, so he's like, he's into it, you know, he likes to look at it and see it, and you know, not that he's gonna run out and stop playing the games and stuff, but you know, he likes it when I, you know, show him stuff like that, you know. And he's sort of cool about it, and he's an old fantasy type. Well, I don't know if I call him a fantasy. He's not like a nerd, but like he's more like an old. He's big on I think he's big on like activism and stuff like that. I think he's probably one of those guys that was like, did Doctors Without Borders and stuff, and went to other countries and, you know, that type of thing. Because I think in the 60s and 70s he was big on that, and that's before my time. But I think he was big in the like civil rights movement. I think he was like big on that type of thing, or at least involved. He liked it. I think he liked the idea of it. I don't think he was like too hugely involved, but I think that was a big deal for him. Yeah, I think that's probably partly why he became a doctor, you know. And so, I need wood is what I need. Okay, you know what? No. But, so, I wouldn't, okay, so I wouldn't say he's, yeah, I wouldn't call him a nerd, but I mean, but, okay, hold on. Yeah, but he knows about, you know, he's like, okay, now back in the 60s and 70s, this is a big thing. People had rediscovered like The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. There was a big movement in the, around that time that people were reading. Really, the reason why you see now the movies now and stuff, it's because there were a bunch of hippies singing around reading The Lord of the Rings, you know, in the 60s and stuff, who like really brought it back heavily. We're trying to bring it back a lot. Or it became a big counterculture thing to read like The Hobbit and stuff. That was a big, fantasy became a big reading point to that around that time, you know, that era. Previous to that, you didn't have a lot of big fantasy. You'd have only a few things. And I'm just going to put a roof here, that's it. Yeah, because I'm going to make these double-decker floors. So he was one of those guys, like me, he's one of those guys that would read The Lord of the Rings like every year. You know, like once a year or so, I'd break out The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit and read them. And, well, I increasingly went towards like The Hobbit. Because it became sort of more of a chore as I was working and stuff to read The Lord of the Rings all the time. It was more, and it just became sort of laziness factor. It was easier to read The Hobbit. And I began to really enjoy the simplicity of The Hobbit. And it's not like it's simple, but there's a certain sort of charm to it that I enjoy a lot. And that became sort of my book. My brother would read The Lord of the Rings all the time. That was his book. Yeah. And that's after years of me reading Lord of the Rings. I must have read Lord of the Rings like 20 times. So it's not like I didn't read it, but oh wow, I don't have glass, huh? Okay. I didn't realize. You know what, I'll throw it on a furnace and just burn some glass, that's all. Oh, I have cobblestone right there. Okay. Where's my... okay. I had a crafting table here. Anyway, so he reads The Lord of the Rings, and he also, he's a big Game of Thrones fan. Because, you know, the Lord of the Rings, you know. So, some monsters nearby? Where? I can't go to sleep. It says there's a monster nearby. Where is the monster? Okay, it must have moved away. So he's not totally... he gets it, you know. He gets fantasy and stuff like that and science fiction and stuff. I think he used to watch a little bit of Star Trek, but I don't think he watched it so much as I think a friend of his got him into it because I think it was a thing because it was like for for like the counterculture sort of civil rights sort of thing. I think a friend would convince him that Star Trek had a lot of civil rights stuff to it, and so I think he checked it out. Which it did for the time. It did. Star Trek did push a little bit of boundaries, and so like civil rights activism and stuff. There he is. So, but otherwise, I don't see him. And I don't think he's like a big Trekkie or a big Star Trek fan or anything. I get the feeling his friend convinced him to watch a couple of episodes that might have had something to do with some, breaking some boundaries for like women and African Americans and that type of thing.